The following is a presentation of TNT Sports.
Tonight, the NBA season blasts off on TNT. Game 1 features Charles Barkley of the Philadelphia 76ers visiting Chicago and its resident superstar Michael Jordan for a rematch of last year's Eastern Conference semifinals. In Game 2, we travel to the Far East and to Tokyo, Japan, as Kevin Johnson leads the Phoenix Suns against Western Conference rival the Utah Jazz and its superstar guard, John Stockton. The NBA on TNT tips off tonight. Philadelphia 76ers coach Jimmy Lynam's offseason has been filled with thoughts of his second-round playoff loss to Chicago. Charles Barkley is still the focal point of the Sixers, and it'll be on his broad shoulders that Philadelphia will once again attempt to become #1 in the NBA East. For the Chicago Bulls, the cast is the same, with leading man Michael Jordan scoring in every way imaginable as he sets aim at a 5th straight NBA scoring title. He's won an NCAA title, tasted Olympic gold. Only one goal remains, the NBA championship. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another season of NBA basketball on TNT. And this is the 25th anniversary season of the Chicago Bulls, and they would like nothing better than to bring home a championship to some of the most loyal fans in the NBA. This building is sold out virtually every time the Bulls play. Here are your Jeep Eagles starting lineups tonight. First for the visiting 76ers, the same 5 that started the majority of the time last year. Rick Mahorn, Charles Barkley, and Mike Jaminski up front. The talented backcourt duo of Johnny Dawkins and Hersey Hawkins. Their coach is Jimmy Lynam, now in his 4th year with the 76ers and his 6th year overall as a head coach. The Jeep Eagles starters for the Chicago Bulls look this way. Horace Grant, Scottie Pippen, and Bill Cartwright up front. John Paxson teams up with the man, Michael Jordan, in the backcourt. Bill Jackson, now in his 2nd year as head coach of the Chicago Bulls. His team went 55-27, finished 2nd in the Central Division last year. Here are your officials for tonight. Jess Kersey, Ronnie Nunn, Mike Constable. And we're just about set to get it underway from Chicago Stadium. Chicago 5-3 in the preseason games. Philadelphia 6-2. They won their last 6 games in a row.
Pete, I think the thing to really watch for here early is when you're playing an opening game, there's so much emotion, especially for the home team. If Philadelphia in the first 5 minutes of this game can just stay involved here and not allow this surge in Chicago to come roaring out at them, they'll be okay, because you know Chicago is going to have this crowd behind them. There's so many title hopes already this season written. The expectation level right now is sky high.
Well, here we go.
I think another interesting thing to watch, Michael Jordan was very quiet offensively in the preseason. So much has been talked about him scoring less. We'll see his opening night numbers later on, and we'll see whether he's going to explode again now when the first ball is thrown up.
If it appears a little smoky to you here at Chicago Stadium, that's because just before the starting lineups were introduced, we had some indoor fireworks go off here in the stadium. So we'll play in a little bit of a haze here initially.
Well, Charles Barkley read that
by Chicago.
Charles Barkley read the tip. He just could not handle it. He would have had a dunk on the other end.
Take a look at the matchups early here. It's Dawkins on Paxson. Michael taking the first shot of the year.
Well, they're running him right in the post. That's where he was so effective in the playoffs last year against Hersey Hawkins. He cannot handle him down low. They'll have to double team him.
Dawkins bringing the ball down for the Sixers. He's picked up by Paxson.
Hersey Hawkins has really matured a lot, though, Pete. He's looking to take the ball to the basket, be much more aggressive.
That one wouldn't go for him. Barkley had the rebound, got it back. Horace Grant, the man assigned with guarding Charles Barkley tonight.
Here comes the double up, forcing Charles to get rid of it.
And a nice move to the hook by Hersey Hawkins, something he didn't do too much of in his first year.
Absolutely. He used to settle for the jumper.
The miss by Grant, the rebound by Barkley.
Here's where Philadelphia wants to take their time. They do not want to get into a scramble game with Chicago. Pick their spots, force the double teams, control tempo.
Jimmy Lynam pointing out that's one way of controlling Michael Jordan. Take good care of the ball offensively. Because he does score a lot of points on what Jimmy Lynam calls trash baskets, just picking up a loose ball going wall to wall.
This is the maturity of Hersey Hawkins, driving the ball to the basket. He used to settle for that jumper, now looking to be much more aggressive. You see already taking 3 shots here in the early going in this ball game.
2 misses that trip down by the Sixers, and Scottie Pippen comes away with it for Chicago. Over to Paxson. Paxson underneath to Grant. Barkley's on him. Into the paint goes Grant. Too strong with the shot. Rebound out of bounds off Barkley. Ball belongs to Chicago.
One of the keys when you're playing Philadelphia, make Charles Barkley play defense. They've gone to Horace Grant twice now, 2-point blank shots. He wasn't able to convert on either one of them, but 2 excellent shot opportunities.
And it comes to Michael. Hersey Hawkins has the unenviable job of trying to shut him down tonight. Again, it comes inside to Grant, and Grant converts this time. Horace Grant's first 2 of the night. Bulls up by 2 early. 4-2 Chicago.
See if Johnny Dawkins tries to take Paxson off the dribble. John Paxson's been struggling a little bit with a sore ankle, and now has a broken finger. But see if Dawkins can take him off the dribble.
Back to Mahorn. Mahorn's going to take the short-range jumper and nail it. Rick Mahorn, who averaged 10 points a game last year for Philadelphia, gets his first 2 of the night tonight to tie the game at 4. 10 minutes to go in the first. Paxson from 3-point land, in and out, no good. Rebound, Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan was in a mismatch that time with Johnny Dawkins on the switch. That's why he was able to get the rebound.
And the first whistle of the night goes against Philadelphia's Hersey Hawkins.
Philadelphia personal foul, 33, Hersey Hawkins. His first, the team's first.
Scottie Pippen has really improved his game, driving the ball to the basket, slashing and cutting. He's got that big, long, quick step, taking it to the basket. That time Hersey Hawkins just could not handle him. When you're playing Scottie Pippen, you must keep him in front of you and force him to shoot jump shots.
This is one area that Phil Jackson would like to see some improvement from Scottie Pippen. That's his free throw shooting. He only hits about 68% from the line last year.
Let's see if Chicago tries to throw any full court pressure. They like to press after free throws, scramble the game, try to up-tempo, maybe get a couple steals.
Pippen gets his first 2 of the night. Bulls up 6-4. Comes right back to Chicago. Paxson for the open jumper.
Pressure defense bothering Philadelphia. Johnny Dawkins turns it over. Here's where they want to attack, though. They have numbers. Don't pull it back.
Hawkins had it tipped away. Got it back, though. Scottie Pippen with a near steal. Barkley all alone.
That's what happens when you trap. Sometimes you give up easy baskets if you're able to throw over and beat it.
It's an 8-6 Chicago lead. Michael's jumper, no good. Barkley the rebound. Off to Dawkins. Dawkins, by the way, had a very impressive preseason. Jimmy Lynam saying he's never seen him play as well as he played in the preseason. Jaminski playing with a bad elbow.
He actually tore a bursa sac or busted a bursa sac in his elbow. It kept filling up with fluid. Shot 28% in the preseason, so I'm sure Jimmy Lynam was happy to see that shot go down.
We are tied at 8, just under 9 minutes to go in the first. Pippen for the open jumper. Wouldn't go. Jaminski pulls it down.
That's the shot that Scottie Pippen's going to have to make, that little medium-range jump shot.
Dawkins pulls up and fires. No. Rebound pulled away by Pippen. Into Grant underneath for an easy 2. Horace Grant has 4, and the Bulls have a 2-point lead.
See, Scottie Pippen has the skills of a big guard, and when he can push the ball down the floor like that, Charles Barkley is not defending him. He's creating opportunities. Horace Grant doing a good job just beating his man to the basket.
Dawkins working against Paxson. Mahorn sets the pick for Dawkins. He drills it. Johnny Dawkins gets his first 2. All 5 Sixers have scored now.
That's a shot that the Bulls will live with, though. Johnny Dawkins shooting the jumper rather than penetrating and getting in the lane.
Cartwright, who was not too offensive-minded in the preseason, comes up short in his first effort. In transition, the Sixers to Barkley. Barkley with 4. And Philadelphia has grabbed a 2-point lead with 7:45 to go in the first. Pippen gets it over to Grant. Grant against Mahorn for 2 more. Again, they scored 6.
Again, created by Scottie Pippen. The drive, he's not shooting the jumper. The drive and the dish. Horace Grant with 3 easy baskets.
Tied at 12.
The tempo of this game does favor Chicago right now. They want to see this kind of up-and-down action.
Dawkins to taking it in for 2 more. He's got 4. And Philadelphia has the lead back by 2. Paxson quickly down court to Pippen. The jumper over Barkley. Pippen's first field goal. His 4th point. We're tied at 14.
They'll come get him on dribble if he puts it on the floor. Charles settling for the outside jump shot. Again, they'll give him that kind of jump shot. They do not want him getting in the lane, creating fouls.
Barkley now with 6 points. He's 3 for 3 from the field. Cartwright out high. Underneath the Pippen along that baseline. Nothing there. Outside it comes to Michael. Jordan over Hawkins. Little strong with the jumper. Long rebound comes out to Dawkins, and he's fouled by Paxson. That's the first foul committed by the Bulls. We've got a timeout. 6:34 remaining in the first. Sixers up by 2.
Paxson, his first.
Welcome back to Chicago. So far, we're getting exactly the game we were anticipating between these two clubs. Sixers up by 2. I want to remind you this program is authorized under broadcasting rights granted by the National Basketball Association solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the National Basketball Association is prohibited.
Let's take a look at Johnny Dawkins on the fast break. You see Jaminski filling a lane. Here comes Charles Barkley as the trailer, going in strong. Charles felt like he was fouled on the play by Michael Jordan, and you're going to see his reaction here. This is something that Charles should stay away from. The officials don't like that because it looks like he's trying to show them up. Just get down the floor because you know what? Charles is going to get the majority of those kind of calls, and the officials don't like to see that.
You can see that the Sixers have shot the ball extremely well in this first quarter so far. 16-14, Philadelphia on top of Chicago. And it's the Sixers' ball as play resumes with 6:34 to go in the first. Hawkins into Dawkins.
Right now the tempo is in favor of Chicago, but you have to like the fact that with all this emotion, Philadelphia in the first 6 minutes of the game is playing very good basketball.
Hersey Hawkins drawing a crowd, going up for the shot, got fouled. Scottie Pippen commits his first, second team foul.
Great maturity on Hersey Hawkins. He's a different player. 2 years ago, he just struggled so badly in the playoffs. Last year, Michael destroyed him in the first game. He came back, had a nice series. And then right now, you've seen him not settling for the outside jump shot.
He's a much more assertive player than he was in his rookie year 2 years ago.
And you know what? He's on the verge of now stepping forward and being an all-star if he continues to play like this.
He averaged 18 points a game for the Sixers last year, and he's an excellent free throw shooter, 89% from the line a year ago.
Saw his college coach Stan Albeck here in the audience tonight. I'm sure Stan very, very proud of the way Hersey Hawkins is starting to play as a professional player.
Philadelphia now up by 4. Biggest lead of the night for the Sixers. Cross court to Grant. A near steal by Barkley, but that leaves Pippen for the open jumper. Couldn't get it to fall. Another long rebound comes out to Dawkins. Sixers on the run. Dawkins a little bit out of control, trying to save it. Michael Jordan got a hand on it.
Johnny Dawkins tried to make something happen there. If Johnny Dawkins does have a weakness, sometimes he gets in the lane and toss the ball up because of his size and his inability to split a player on the defensive end.
Pippen sends it back to Paxson. Down low it comes to Cartwright. Cartwright going against Jaminski. That one wouldn't fall. Chicago missing some scoring opportunities their last 3 trips down the court. Hawkins over to Jaminski. Takes the jumper over Cartwright. No. Rebound. Pulled down Pippen.
Scottie Pippen doing a good job on the defensive backboard.
Grant will take the jumper over the horn. Another miss, but the tip is good.
The speed and quickness of the Chicago forwards is really going to start to tell in this game. Ricky Mahorn and Charles Barkley will not be able to match the speed and quickness of Pippen and Grant.
Philadelphia by 2. 5:15 remaining in the first.
See where the double team comes. When he puts it on the floor, Pippen will probably come get it.
Here he comes. Jaminski over to Dawkins. Now we're going to get the offensive foul call against Johnny Dawkins. That's his first.
That's his third turnover in the first quarter. He's had 2 mishandles and then charging fouls. So Johnny Dawkins must get himself under control. Pippen that time an excellent job defensively, rotating out of the double team, closing off the driving lane, getting on his left hand.
Chicago can tie it up here. Michael left unguarded. Has not been able to get that jumper to fall tonight, and Philadelphia doing a good job on the defensive board. Chicago getting only 1 shot each trip down. Hawkins now works against Jordan, takes the jumper over him, and drills it. Hersey Hawkins has 6, And Philadelphia's got that lead back up to 4 with 4:40 remaining in the first.
Confidence is an amazing thing in sports. Hersey Hawkins, you can just see the confidence oozing from him right now.
10 seconds left on the shot clock. 5 seconds left in the shot clock. Horace Grant saves the day for Chicago. He has 8 of their 18 first quarter points.
He's playing excellent basketball.
Dawkins quickly down the other way, got the basket and drew the foul.
We talked now a little bit earlier in the ball game about John Paxson having a difficult time with the speed and quickness of Johnny Dawkins. It looks like B.J. Armstrong is going to come in the ball game right now for John Paxson. John Paxson had off-season ankle surgery, still not 100%.
B.J. Armstrong now in his second year out of Iowa. And Chicago expecting him to step up and get a few more minutes this year. At the line, Johnny Dawkins trying to complete the three-point play and get the Sixers lead up to 5. That would be their biggest lead of the night.
Both teams have talked about their bench strength. This is the first substitution. B.J. coming into the game. When will Philly substitute? And when they go with the second unit, 5 complete players, at least some of their starters in. We'll have to see what these answers will be.
Nice pass from Grant to Scottie Pippen, who converts for his 6th point. It's a 23-20 Philadelphia lead. You see the time remaining in the first. Barkley, who averaged close to 29 points a game in the 8-game preseason schedule played by the Sixers. Hawkins will take a three-point order over Jordan. One go for him. Pippen had it, lost it. Mahorn gets it back to Barkley.
Great play there by Rick Mahorn to knock that ball loose and then finding Charles Barkley.
Nice save by Grant. Jordan all alone. Finally got that jumper to fall for him. He has 4, and the Sixers lead back to a 3-point advantage.
Michael has not really driven the ball to the basket. Everything right now is a jump shot. I don't know if that's by design or something Michael right now is just looking for.
Michael only 2 out of 5 from the field. Manute Bol is going to be checking in here shortly, as is Ron Anderson. Johnny Dawkins having a good offensive first quarter. He has 9 points. Sixers up by 5.
Both teams playing very, very solid basketball here for the first game of the year.
Remember, Philadelphia's season ended right in this building a year ago. Moved by Pippen, couldn't convert though. Cartwright getting it back, going up this foul by Mahorn. Mahorn committing his first personal. That's only the second team foul committed by Philadelphia. The Sixers leading it 27-22. We've got 2:47 remaining in the first.
Take a look at a nice give and go here. That ball goes in the post to Horace Grant. Scottie Pippen with a nice back cut. Charles Barkley loses vision of the basketball. You have to see ball you man principle in basketball. You lose vision of the basketball. Nice back cut by Scottie Pippen. I've talked about it before. With Scottie Pippen, you must take away his easy baskets. Force him to shoot jump shots.
And this is always part of the fun of a brand new season, checking out the other scores on our opening night of NBA action. Hawks up on Orlando in the second quarter. Indiana with a 4-point advantage over New Jersey. Don't forget game 2 of our doubleheader tonight, when the Utah Jazz and the Phoenix Suns meet in a regular season game being played in Tokyo. Manute Bol has checked in, as has Ron Anderson for Philadelphia.
Ron Anderson has not shot the ball well in preseason, shooting only 33%. They're going to need him to stick the outside jump shot. Now we'll get a chance to see what Manute Bol will give this ball club.
Jimmy Lynam feels he's going to give it quite a bit.
You know, so many times Manute Bol, when he's played, when they put him on the floor in an offense, many coaches have stacked him out in isolation. Jimmy Lynam has said, I've just used him basically as part of the offense, and I've been very pleased with the results.
Sixers leading it 27-24. Well, there's one result.
I don't like him throwing the basketball in against the press.
Grant now with 10 points, 27-26. Barkley trying to get 2 quick ones and does. And he got fouled.
Actually, Charles Barkley here we're going to see on this steal. He breaks up and then he starts to reverse. He's wide open for the lob, but Manute has gotten rid of it. And that's what you have to do with Manute Bol. You've got to take the ball right at him and dunk the basketball. You cannot flip the ball at the baskets. That's when he'll block shots against you. Here's Charles Barkley. We see him taking the ball to the basket. Strong power move, excellent speed, quickness, opportunity for a three-point play.
Barkley at the line trying to complete the three-point play. Stacey King is checked in for Chicago, replacing Forrest Grant. Grant leading the game with 10 points. Charles Barkley leads all scorers now with 11. 76ers lead it 30-26. 2.5 minutes to go in the first. B.J. Armstrong working against Dawkins. In the paint it comes to Cartwright. Cartwright had to change his shot. There's part of Manute's presence being felt.
And that's what they'll do, Pete. They'll run out of the fast break when they get this kind of opportunity. Great give and go.
And Johnny Dawkins converts. He has 11, as Barkley does.
See, Cartwright the last time down the court, Pete, he tried to trick Manute Bol. He tried to take it to the other side of the basket. You can't do that against Manute. You've got to take the ball, create contact, and then try to draw the foul or take it right at his face. Nice give and go here by Johnny Dawkins, moving without the basketball. Charles Barkley with an excellent bounce pass, and Johnny Dawkins with a big first quarter, finishing the three-point play.
He now has 12 points. 33-26, a 7-point Philadelphia lead. Michael's going to try to get 3 of them back. It wouldn't go for him. Dawkins, who's pulled away some rebounds on some of those balls that have come out deep. Philadelphia's done a better job of the boards in this first quarter than have the Bulls. Anderson's first effort successful. He has 2.
Well, the guys who have not shot the ball well in preseason, Anderson and Zeminski, both hit their first shot. That's going to give them confidence on the road.
An 8-point run for the Philadelphia 76ers. They've opened up a 35-26 lead over Chicago, and a 22nd timeout being called here by the Bulls, as they have not really played that well here in the first quarter, particularly on the boards.
What has happened is the Bulls' defense, initial defense, has not been good. So as a result, 76ers are getting a lot of point-blank shots. Pete, in the game of basketball, your opponent's field goal percentage tells you so much about how you're going to do. Right now, Philadelphia's shooting a very high percentage here in the first quarter.
And it's translated into a 9-point lead. Don't forget game 2 tonight from Tokyo. Kevin Johnson and the Phoenix Suns against the Stockton Malone Show and the Utah Jazz. They're going to play 2 games over there, 2 regular season games, and we'll have the first one as the second half of our doubleheader tonight. Ron Thulin and Hubie Brown are on board for that one.
You know what's really going to be tough is when those teams come back.
Yeah.
That's when it's really going to hit them.
Cliff Levingston's checked into the Chicago lineup for the first time.
I think we get an illegal defense here. Right now they're in a zone. Philadelphia.
Stacey King, the rebound. It wouldn't go. Manute pulls the rebound right off the rim. He didn't even jump.
That's exactly right. He just reached up.
Stood on tiptoes and pulled that one down. He is 7-7 after all. Barkley 2 more. Chance for a third.
Barkley right now is playing as well as I've ever seen him play because he's playing under control. He's channeling his emotion. He's taking Cliff Levingston off the dribble right along the baseline. You got to push him to help. Get somebody over there where you can run and force him to give up the ball. Charles Barkley, when he gets around the basket, is just too strong.
Levingston committing his first personal. Barkley tries for his 14th point. Didn't get it to go. Rebound pulled away by Stacey King. An 11-point lead, though, for Philadelphia, their biggest lead in this opening quarter.
Chicago moves the basketball. They'll get an illegal defense because right now they're playing basically a 3-2 zone.
Pippen finds King in the paint. Wouldn't go for him. Levingston and Anderson battle for it. Levingston comes away with it. It goes to King again. Another miss, but there's Cliff Levingston.
Cliff Levingston gives them tremendous offensive rebounding. He's not a great shooter, but you must check him off the boards. He's also a player off the bench that will give you great enthusiasm and a spark and excite this crowd now that the team is down 9 points.
A 9-point Philadelphia lead. Under a minute to go now, the first quarter. Hersey Hawkins left unguarded. You can't do that with him. He has 8 in the first quarter, and the Philadelphia 76ers have scored 39 first quarter points here in Chicago.
Well, this is not the type of defense that Chicago will have to be able to play during the year. They're going to have to really tighten it up.
Scottie Pippen way off with that one. There's Levingston again, but Manute Bol fouled him on the way up.
Now, Pete, if you watch what Levingston did, he took his dribble, and he went right into Manute Bol's body. When you do that, you take away his legs, and then he can't block your shot. Let's take a look. Let's watch him. He's going to bang him. Did you see his legs sort of buckle? And now he has no base from which to operate, and Levingston gets to the free throw line. That's a smart play.
Livingston, a longtime member of the Atlanta Hawks, became a free agent, signed with Chicago.
If he has a weakness, it's free throw shooting.
That's always been a problem for him. Only a 68% shooter last year from the free throw line. Dennis Hobson now makes his Chicago debut, coming over from New Jersey.
This is a team that Phil Jackson would like to press with. His second unit, you've got B.J., Hobson, Levingston, Stacey King, Pippen, the only starter on the floor right now. See if they try to come up and really pressure.
Livingston missed them both. Chicago's poor shooting continues here in the first quarter. 39-28 Philadelphia. You see the time remaining. About a 5-second difference on the shot clock.
See if they try to let Johnny Dawkins beat B.J. Armstrong off the penetration. Neither pitch to Hersey Hawkins or Ron Anderson for a three-point shot.
5 seconds left now to shoot it. They give it to Manute. The skyhook by Manute wouldn't go. He had 5 in a row of those against the Knicks in a preseason game. Trying to beat the buzzer is Scottie Pippen. No, and the Chicago Bulls, with some poor first quarter shooting, have fallen by 11 to the Philadelphia 76ers. It's 39-28 Philadelphia after 1 here in Chicago Stadium. Quarter number 2 about to get underway. Pete Van Weeren, Doug Collins back with you. And look at the difference in the shooting percentages in the first quarter.
Well, that's what we talked about. Philadelphia getting too many easy shots at the basket. Brian Oliver in the ball game right now with Michael Jordan resting. They want him playing against Dennis Hobson rather than Michael Jordan. So look for Hersey Hawkins and Michael Jordan to be pitted against each other, and the coaches to use their substitutions that way.
Ron Anderson takes the first shot of the second quarter, hits his 4th point, and it's a 13-point Philadelphia lead.
This is the bench strength now that Chicago has traded for in the offseason or developed. Either B.J., Stacey King, now with Hobson, Livingston, and Scottie Pippen on the floor.
King working against Bull. Manute blocked him. Ball rolling loose in the paint. Big pile up there. We'll have a jump ball.
Jump ball.
I think he's going to call a kick ball on somebody who went into the pile, maybe Dennis Hobson, so it's going to be Philadelphia basketball. Here's Stacey again trying to take it. You cannot put the ball in Manute Bol's face like that. Now here's the scramble, and they're going to call a kick. I don't know where the kick came from, but it's going to be Philadelphia's basketball. It's not alternating possession. That's college.
Here comes Dawkins down the court. He and Oliver now teamed in the backcourt.
Isolating Ron Anderson against Scottie Pippen.
Trying to get around him, loses control of the ball, and loses the ball back to Chicago. Pippen to Hobson. Hobson had to change it because of a new ball, but there's Cliff Livingston again. He has 4
offensive rebounds, 2 of them, 2 slam dunks. Cliff Livingston paying dividends early. Chicago's going to have to step up their defense right now. That's where they're going to get back into this ball game.
Oliver, his first shot in the NBA, goes long and out of bounds. It belongs to Chicago. The Bulls down by 11 with 10:45 to go in the half.
Now let's take a look here. Barkley's going out of the game. It's an 11-point lead, as you talked about. Will Perdue ready to check in now. Probably for Scottie Pippen. Scottie has not had a rest yet. I think they've ruled that Will was not at the scorer's table yet, so he cannot come in. What will Philadelphia be able to do now with Barkley down after the big first quarter, getting a rest?
Also, pay attention to the defense played by Brian Oliver when he's on the court. He is a very good defensive player. Philadelphia very pleased with what they've seen from him. Scottie Pippen, left unguarded, has not been able to get that open jumper to fall, though there's another rebound off the floor by Dawkins. He's picked up several of those tonight. Goes wire to wire for 2. He has 14.
Excuse me, Pete. Dennis Hobson just let him drive the ball right past him.
A 13-point Philadelphia lead. Livingston taking the jumper. A little strong off the front rim. Another Philadelphia rebound. Barkley pulled that one down.
You got to like Brian Oliver. Tough kid. He would have been a first-round pick had it not been for a broken foot.
Jason Williams is also checked in for Philadelphia. Rookie out of St. John's, recently acquired from Phoenix.
Trying to do too much, putting it on the floor.
Down to 5 seconds now on the shot clock. B.J. Armstrong wide to the left with that one. Philadelphia continues to pull down rebounds on poor Chicago shooting.
Now, Manute Bol was trailing the play. He'll shoot a 3 if you let him. Here's Ron Anderson.
Anderson has hit for 6 points in this first half, and Philadelphia has built that lead up to 15 points. And a timeout's going to be called here by Chicago. They have not been able to get their offense going. We've got a timeout with 9:29 remaining in the first half. It's been all Philadelphia 76ers. They lead it 45-30. At the conclusion of tonight's game, Doug Collins and I will be selecting the Budweiser player of the game.
Well, this is what Manute Bol does for Philadelphia. You're going to see a rebound here, sort of a tip ball. Johnny Dawkins in the open court. Now, he's a left-handed player. Hobson is back. He's got help in the middle. Lets him turn the ball right to the outside and finish it up. That's where you got to push the ball back. You've got to help. Push it back to your teammates and take the ball out of a guy's strong hand.
It has been all Philadelphia. 45-30, a 15-point lead. And this Chicago team, normally a very, very tough team to beat here at the stadium.
There's still a lot of time. You know, right now, Phil Jackson is showing a lot of confidence in his bench. He has 5 bench players right now on the floor together as a unit. That's great confidence early in the season in your ball club.
Stacey King going up against a double team and got fouled.
Philadelphia personal foul, 55, Jason Williams.
Jason Williams committing his first. Stacey King will be at the line for 2.
Now, this team will probably trap when you look at this team. Now, we'll see if Jimmy Lynam still has Manute Bol throw the basketball in. If Manute throws the ball in, he's got to keep it under control and look to be able to throw long because Chicago is really coming up and denying any entry pass from out of bounds.
It's both benches on the court right now. Philadelphia also going with their bench. They've got Oliver, Ricky Green has kicked in, Anderson, Williams, and Bol.
The one difference is Philadelphia has 2 rookies on the floor, and Oliver and Jason Williams, all veteran players now for Chicago.
Oliver trying to handle the pressure. Gets it to Ricky Green. He better hurry. He just did make it across the line. 45-32. Anderson over Livingston. In and out. Rebound pulled down by Williams. Williams going up, got fouled. So Jason Williams showing you some of the reason why Philadelphia was very happy to add him to their roster just 4 days before the season started.
Pete, with this unit that Chicago has on the floor, rebounding could be a problem. Will Purdue must rebound the basketball. Stacey King is not a good rebounder for his size. If he has one deficiency, he does not do a good job on the defensive backboard. Chicago's going to have to make a commitment to get all 5 guys back on the board before they try to get out and run. Philadelphia getting second shot opportunities. Jason Williams, they feel, will be a very good backup for Rick Mahorn.
He was the first-round draft pick over at Phoenix. Draft choice credit to Phoenix to get Williams. He gets it right back.
That's the rebounding I talked about right there. You know, a second shot off a free throw, so you get 3 points there with 2 offensive rebounds.
48-32, a 16-point Philadelphia lead. Pressure being applied by the Sixers. Livingston trying to hit the open jumper. Can't force Chicago. Just can't buy a basket.
Well, that's what right now Philadelphia wants him to do. Take that first shot quickly. Manute, that's how he's changing his ball game. Getting nothing going to basket. Everything is a jump shot.
Purdue, good defense that time against Oliver. In transition, Armstrong over to Hobson. Yes. His first 2 Chicago points.
And that's what you have to do. Get the ball going to the basket. Don't settle for quick jump shots.
The veteran Ricky Green handling the ball now against the second-year player B.J. Armstrong. He finds Anderson. Anderson takes it inside and got fouled as he got underneath.
Ron Anderson doing a good job that time, taking Cliff Livingston. Cliff Livingston normally moves his feet better on the perimeter, and that time Ron Anderson just took the ball right past him. Strong move, and he will be at the free throw line.
Ron Anderson to the line. He shoots 2.
Anderson with 6 points on the night. His first trip to the free throw line. He's a good free throw shooter. Philadelphia opening up this lead in the first quarter, and they have not let it get away. They now lead at 50-34. 8 minutes to go in the half. It's going to be a high-scoring first half for the Sixers. Purdue back out to Livingston to Hobson. Hobson open for the jumper. Nails it. That is Hobson has 4.
Nice jump shot there
14-point lead
by Dennis Hobson. Normally about a 42% shooter with New Jersey.
And that was one thing the Nets were always disappointed in Hobson, was his shooting from the outside never really came along the way they thought it would.
I think his shot selection will be better with Chicago because he won't have to do as much.
Williams not bashful at all about taking that shot. He's only been here 4 days.
You're right.
Hobson.
Better watch for Manute.
Now that time Manute's going to be called for the foul.
I don't know if they're going to get Jason Williams or Manute.
They're going to get Williams.
Philadelphia personal foul, 55, Jason
That's
Williams.
his second.
The team's second.
And King will go back to the line.
Rick Mahorn returns for Philadelphia, replacing Williams.
See, Manute, here he is right over there. Again, Stacey turning and exposing that shot. Manute will get that one all night long. Jason Williams called with a foul with the body.
Stacey King now 2 out of 3 from the line. He is 0 for 4 from the field.
Pete, you know, when you go into a season with such great expectation like there is in Chicago, it's a different pressure that you have than normally that you face. And this is going to be what Chicago will face all year. People look for them to be a team that can dethrone the Detroit Pistons.
Oliver, the rookie out of Georgia Tech. Mahorn is checked back in. Williams out of the lineup now. There's Ron Anderson again. Fallaway jumper over Livingston. Hangs on the rim and drops for it. Ron Anderson, who did not score well in the preseason, has scored 10 points in the first half here tonight. 52-37. He's 4 out of 5 now from the field.
Michael Jordan's been sitting a long time over there on the Chicago bench. I'm sure he's chomping to get back in the game.
Even out with about a minute and a half to go in the first quarter. Ricky Green calling for that foul. His first.
Moving screen on, I think, on Stacey King. Their offensive foul, Pete.
34, Stacey King. His first.
That's his first. Manute will inbound it. And that is the first turnover of the night for the Bulls. Oliver takes it all away and then it tipped away out of bounds by Hobson.
I like Brian Oliver. He's playing very confident. He looked to take that ball to the basket very strongly, and he had a nice play there to finish, and Dennis Hobson did a nice job defensively knocking the ball loose.
And it comes to Oliver. He'll take the jumper. Hobson a little late getting out to him, but the jumper wouldn't fall for him. King pulls away the rebound for Chicago. Off to B.J. Armstrong. Armstrong pulls up and fires. Comes up short. Manute pulls it down.
Manute's playing quality minutes here. Kaminsky's getting a rest. Philadelphia's keeping their lead. Barkley's on the bench. They were up 11 when he went out. They're now up 15. Philadelphia has to like what's going on right now.
Ricky Green comes up short. But good hustle by Green, gets it back.
Philadelphia's outworking them right now. Pete, they're outworking them for the loose ball.
Manute had to take the shot. They were down only 1 second left in the shot clock. Under 6 minutes to go now in the first half. 52-37. Philadelphia up by 15. King working against Mahorn. Lost it along the baseline. Another turnover for Chicago after going about 15 minutes with that one. Craig Hodges checking in. Scottie Pippen checking in. Here comes Michael Jordan.
Now, what will Hodges do? They're putting Michael Jordan back on the floor for Hobson. They're bringing Pippen in the game.
He's going to have to wait till the next dead ball to come in.
But what they're going to do is, with Manute in the game, they're going to look to penetrate and pitch. Maybe Hodges can hit a couple threes to bring out this defense. Right now, Manute Bol has done an excellent job. Philadelphia's used their trapping defense, a little zone, a little half-court defense.
And Chicago has not been able to penetrate from outside. They've been able to shoot only a 36% rate, as you just saw. Mahorn working on Grant.
Rick Mahorn.
Well, they just used that upper body and banged Horace.
54-37. Sixers now by 17. Scottie Pippen couldn't get it to fall. Chicago has a run over that basket. There's Manute again. His third block, Percy Hawkins. Great play by Scottie Pippen. Clean block from behind. Chicago gets it back. Dennis Hobson fires. No, another missed shot. Another Philadelphia rebound. Green to Hawkins. Will Perdue will be called for the personal.
Percy Hawkins persevered. Got one block, came back the next time. They will earn 2 free throws.
That's the third foul on Perdue.
Great play here by Scottie Pippen. Using the right hand, comes to the outside. Beautiful play by Pippen to prevent 2 points, but the next time down the floor after a quick Dennis Hobson jump shot, Will Perdue with the foul, Percy Hawkins for 2 free throws, and again, Charles Barkley in the ball game but got a nice rest, and the team actually extended their lead by 6 points.
They're up by 17. Hawkins can make it 19. He scored 8 points in the first quarter.
I look for right now for Michael Jordan to start taking a little of this offense into his own hands and looking to drive and create some things, make some happen, going to the basket. Actually, it looked like a pretty good block up top. I guess he got him with his body.
55-37. Sixers by 18. Philadelphia will be heading home after this one. They open up the home season tomorrow night against New Jersey.
Let's remember now in the playoffs, Philadelphia jumped all over Chicago here early in the halves, and Chicago always came roaring out in the third quarter to take control.
Let's see if Michael becomes a little more active now. Biggest lead of the night for the Sixers, 56-37.
Watch Hodges now looking for the three-point shot on penetration. Michael penetrating and finding Hodges for three. How about right there?
Couldn't get the first effort to fall. Grant with a rebound. He puts it home. Horace Grant having a good first half when he's been in there. He has 12 points. 56-39. 4:40 remaining in the half.
Scottie Pippen playing against Manute Bol. Look for him to really be in a position to give a lot of help.
Down to 5 seconds left in the shot clock. Hawkins working against Jordan. Couldn't get it to fall. The tip, no good. Rebound rolling loose out near midcourt. Mahorn saves it to Green. A near foul by Hodges.
Use a little clock here, Philadelphia. You got him scrambled a little bit. Take your time.
Michael steals. Rifles it down to Pippen.
This is where Chicago is so tough. They're going to call a foul on Ricky Green also. This is where Jimmy Lynam has to be very careful. And if he feels his crowd getting excited, use a timeout.
Or get some of the starters back in there, which he's doing right now. Johnny Dawkins checking in for Ricky Green. Manute Bol sits down. Mike Kaminsky's back in.
Here's the steal. Michael Jordan knocking the ball loose. This is where the Bulls are at their best. Michael pushing, Pippen running on the outside. Here's the dunk. Ricky Green coming underneath Scottie Pippen. Pippen now with the opportunity to finish a three-point play. I'm sure Chicago's going to show full court pressure. Philadelphia, the next 2 minutes will be very important for them to maintain their composure.
Pippen now at 9 points to go along with 3 rebounds, 3 assists. And there is some of that full court pressure that Doug just talked about. Dawkins finally gets it across to Barkley. Another steal by Michael.
Get a timeout or 20 seconds. Right now, Chicago's defense picking up.
The Bulls have scored 7 straight points. Philadelphia will call timeout with 3:36 remaining in the half.
Michael Jordan with a steal, igniting the crowd. Now what you've had is 2 possessions, 2 slam dunks. Pippen and Jordan, 5 points.
Well, here are tonight's Nissan leaders, and as you can see, Michael Jordan right on top of that all-time career scoring list. He is trying to win a 5th consecutive NBA scoring title this year.
Turnovers have really been a key. Let's take a look. Philadelphia 8, Chicago only 2. But what has Philadelphia done? Chicago +9 in turnovers. They're at their best, forcing turnovers, getting out and running. Last 2 plays, slam dunks by Pippen and Jordan.
Sixers trying to put an end to a 7-0 Chicago run. Barkley trying to take over. That one wouldn't fall for him. There's a rebound by Pippen. Michael Jordan. No, it wouldn't go for him. Rebound number 5 for Johnny Dawkins.
This next 3 minutes, very, very important. Philadelphia has dominated this first half. They do not want to let this effort be wasted by another 8-point run by Chicago. That's a big basket right there.
Ends the 7-0 run by Chicago and gives Dawkins 16 points. It's Philadelphia by 14. Dawkins 7 out of 8 now from the field tonight.
Going to run Michael right in the post. That's the way they started the ball game. They're going to have to double him up.
Here comes Mahorn over to help out. That leaves Pippen open. 3-pointer, no good.
Chicago ball.
Ball still belongs to Chicago.
6 seconds on the shot. Oh, I guess they ruled that it hit the rim. I thought that was an air ball.
I thought it was too. They put a fresh 24 on the clock though.
Horace almost stepped out of bounds over here.
Michael takes it inside, puts the jumper up, wouldn't fall for him. Michael has not been that hot from outside of this first half, and there's a steal. Kaminsky tipping it to Barkley. Barkley going all the way.
I'm going to tell you what, they went all the way, but he should have given that ball ahead to Johnny Dawkins.
He has 15, the lead back up to 16. Coming down to the 2-minute mark. Three-point effort by Hodges, way off the mark. He's tried a couple of those tonight, and he hasn't been close to either one of them. Coming up at halftime, our Prudential halftime report, Ernie Johnson in our Atlanta studios with scores and highlights from around the league. We're also going to have a coverage of the ring ceremonies from Detroit and a preview of tonight's Phoenix-Utah game, which will follow this one.
2 minutes to play in the first half.
2 minutes remaining in the half. Mahorn going up, got fouled by Grant.
Johnny Dawkins did a nice job that time. He came off the screen roll, looking to turn the corner. Mahorn punched into the lane. Nice bounce pass. And Horace Grant has a very difficult time against Mahorn because Mahorn's body's so big. If Horace can't block his shot, he has a very difficult time defending against him. Mahorn did a nice job that time bumping him with the body.
Mahorn now with 5 points. It's 61-44. He now has a half dozen, 62-44.
With Michael Jordan in the game with Hodges, Michael will actually play the point guard position.
Down to Cartwright, who got around Dubinsky, but couldn't get the shot to fall. Off it comes to Hersey Hawkins. Hawkins finding Barkley underneath. Reaching in was Hodges. And Hodges will be called for the foul.
Bill Cartwright made an excellent move in the post against Dubinsky. Dubinsky was out of the play, and he came from behind to block the shot. But what I see right now is Philadelphia very confident running here in the Chicago Stadium. I did not think they would look for that many opportunities.
You know, I don't think they really planned on playing the game this way, but with the lead, they became a little freer to experiment with that style.
I guess running begets running, huh?
So far tonight it has. This building does not treat Charles Barkley well from the free throw line. Remember the playoffs last year? How poorly he shot, particularly in Game 5?
Also, he had a little bit of a shoulder problem that he had surgically repaired in the offseason. Now, Ricky Mahorn has 2 fouls right now. If I'm Jimmy Lynam, I think about the last minute, maybe getting him off the floor so he does not pick up his third. He's really the only one in foul trouble for Philadelphia with 2. Horace Grant has 2 for Chicago.
And now the Sixers have run out 7 straight points to get that lead back up to 19.
Philadelphia personal foul. 34,
Charles Barkley called for his first personal.
The team's 4th.
That's the 4th team foul, so they still had a foul to give there.
Charles was very fortunate that it's not a 2-shot foul. Scottie Pippen had a layup that time off a little rough cut.
Cartwright over Dubinsky. Bill Cartwright out a half dozen in his first half. Sixers lead a 17-point lead with just over a minute to go in the half.
They should go to Hersey Hawkins right now on screens. I don't think Craig Hodges can handle him.
Barkley giving it back to Hawkins. He was there for 2 more. Good call. Hawkins with 12. A 19-point lead again for Philadelphia.
Mahorn's got to be careful. He's leaning on Horace Grant. He's going to get his 3rd foul.
He blocked that shot, got the ball back. And now Philadelphia can open up their biggest lead in this first half. If they convert this trip down, they'll be up by 21 points against Chicago in Chicago's own building.
What's Charles doing? Shooting a 3. I guess they're trying to get 2 shots for 1.
Michael Jordan has been awfully quiet in the first half. Grant almost walked with it.
I don't think Jimmy Lynam was real pleased with that shot by Charles Barkley. Chicago's in the penalty with 5 team fouls. Maybe get something going to the basket. Charles launched a 3. The only good part about it is they can trade 2 shots for 1. And probably get the last shot here of the quarter.
It'll be Horace Grant at the line. Horace Grant is in double figures already with 12 points. A 70% free throw shooter a year ago. Michael Jordan only 6 points in his first half, Doug. He's really been quiet, has not been able to get his outside shot to fall.
I think he's only taken about 8 shots. 3 for 8. He's had a flying slam dunk and 2 jumpers. Really probably taken 2 shots this whole quarter. So Michael right now looking to be just sort of one of 5 guys out there offensively. He's going to have to look to dominate more in the second half with them looking at a 17-point deficit right now.
Chicago applying some backcourt pressure. Dubinsky had a little trouble getting it inbounds. Finally does to Mahorn. Comes back to Mahorn. Mahorn ahead to Dubinsky.
Use the clock. Spread it out here. Let Johnny Dawkins take it against B.J. Armstrong. Penetrate. Maybe pitch to Dubinsky or Hersey Hawkins. We dump the ball inside if there's a double team as he penetrates to the basket. Big thing is cover the back. I don't know why they're launching these threes, Coach.
Barkley pulls it down. Had it blocked by Pippen. Got it back again. This time got fouled on the way up.
I'm surprised these guys launching these threes.
Chicago personal foul, 24, Bill.
I get Rick Mahorn out of there right now. I'm telling you, he's got 2 fouls. You don't want him to get his third with 3 seconds to go here in the half.
Cartwright picking up his second personal, and Barkley back to the free throw line.
Charles Barkley to the line. He shoots 2.
Barkley 2 out of 4 from the line tonight. 65-48 Sixers. They opened up a big lead in the first quarter and have maintained it here in quarter number 2. They were up by 11 at the end of 1.
48 minutes is so long. Well, you know it's a game of surges as Charles makes the first free throw. The important thing is they had about a 19-point lead. Chicago hit them with a 7-0 spurt. They called timeout. They regrouped. They got their lead back. What's going to happen now when they come out in the third quarter? The third quarter in the playoffs, Pete, you and I had a couple games in here, I thought really haunted the 76ers.
That certainly was the case in that series. Manute is checked back into the Philadelphia lineup.
Look to see if they try to throw long to Michael, trying to catch it way over the top of Hersey Hawkins.
They do. Michael comes up with it, but loses the ball to Rick Mahorn. And Mahorn almost nailed that one. The Sixers are very pleased with the way things have gone in their first half of Game 1 of 1990. 67-48, Philadelphia leading Chicago at halftime. Okay, thank you, Ernie. There you see our score, 67-48, Philadelphia leading Chicago. And I guess the story of this game so far, Doug Collins, has been how sluggish the Chicago Bulls have looked here at home in the first half of the game.
Well, you know, they've come out, they've relied a lot on their jump shooting. Michael Jordan has taken 9 shots, 3 for 9. But I think the real key is he shot no free throws, 0 for 0 from the foul line.
But look at the difference in these numbers. Field goal percentage, a 20% edge for Philadelphia. They've out-rebounded Chicago by 11.
They've beaten them in every phase, and you know what has happened is Philadelphia came out and they started attacking from the moment the game started. Now, they're going to have to come out in the third period with that same kind of fire and that same kind of oomph that they've had, because Chicago knows that they're going to have to come out and be more aggressive. Charles Barkley, a big first half, 18.6 rebounds, shot 7 for 11, and many of them on plays like this, where the ball is knocked loose. Charles picks it up, and here's where he's a runaway locomotive in the open floor. You're not going to bother this guy, so he's going to go up strong for the two-handed slam dunk. They got great play from Manute Bol. He blocked 4 shots and helped as Charles Barkley was resting on the floor, resting off the floor to really continue to take command of the game.
Really, the only guy that had a big first half for Chicago offensively, Horace Grant. That's been kind of his history with Chicago. Good first halves, then fading a little bit in the second half.
Horace is going to have to continue to play like he is. He's bulked himself up. He's lifted. He's done a nice job running out on the break, getting some easy baskets. But Horace is going to have to continue to go at Mahorn and Barkley every time he gets a chance.
Well, you were talking about Manute Bol and the way that he has intimidated the Chicago offense tonight. You're going to see it right here. Watch Michael Jordan pass up a shot he normally takes, because look who's buried down in that left-hand corner of your screen.
You know, you're saying, well, Manute Bol can't block that shot. You have no idea how high he extends. And Michael was chased off the shot by Manute that time.
He has surprised a lot of NBA shooters by coming out and extending those long arms of him and swatting away jump shots. Well, we're set to go in quarter number 3 here, with Philadelphia leading it by 19. What's been a stunning first half. We'll see if the 76ers can maintain the lead now that they have built up in this first half.
Now, also, will Philadelphia get the play they got out of their perimeter people? You got a great performance. Johnny Dawkins, 7 for 9, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. He has 16 points. Hersey Hawkins, 12 points, 4 for 9, and Ron Anderson, 10 points off the bench. Those 3 players give them 38 points. If they continue to play like that, Chicago will be in big trouble.
Quarter number 3 about to begin. Barkley, Dawkins, Jaminski, Hawkins, and Mahorn will come on the court for the Sixers. It's Paxson, Jordan, Pippen, Cartwright, and Grant for Chicago. Pete Van Wieren, Doug Collins with you. Second half about to begin here at Chicago Stadium. I really look for Michael Jordan to be much more active, especially on offense for Chicago.
Taking it to the basket, getting to the foul line. Michael shoots 10, 11 free throws a game. When he shoots none, you know he's selling for that jump shot.
Sixers ball as the third quarter begins.
Good defense by John Paxson and Cartwright.
Tipped away, but Dawkins gets it back. Now he's in trouble.
Better shoot it.
Final don't think they would have gotten the shot off anyway. They were down to only 4 seconds left on the shot clock, and they would have had to start it brand new from midcourt.
Already the level of the Chicago defense, you can see much, much stronger than it was in the first quarter.
They give the ball to Michael. Jordan sends it around the other way as they're swinging around to Grant. Grant drills his first one. He has 16 points now. And it's a 17-point Philadelphia lead.
Jimmy Lynam is going to have to be very careful with his team in this quarter. 2-3 possessions that he does not like. He's going to have to call timeout and light a fire underneath them. He did not want Chicago to get rolling here on the fast break.
Posted up against Cartwright. Took an ill-advised shot there and didn't get a whistle. Down the other way, Cartwright. No whistle there either.
Somebody better stay back with Cartwright. He's staying back underneath.
And there is the whistle on the basket by Hersey Hawkins, and he'll get a chance for a three-point play here. He has 14 now in the night, and the Sixers have that lead back up to 19.
Timeout, Chicago.
Chicago's going to call a timeout here, stopping the clock with 10:52 remaining in quarter number 3.
Vegas, it's now time to see if a lucky Bulls fan can win a brand new Acura Integra in the Acura Shootout.
The Philadelphia 76ers trying to spoil opening night here for all of these Chicago fans. Let's take a look at the Chevrolet scoreboard. Some other games going on. The Celtics look to be in good shape in their season opener against Cleveland. Knicks leading Charlotte late. Miami lead over Washington. The Bullets had a miserable preseason.
And it's not going to get better. It's going to be a long year.
Atlanta up by 5 over Orlando late in that one. Indiana is up by 16 over New Jersey in the third. We'll be taking a look at the Indiana Pacers next Friday night as they play the Cleveland Cavaliers here on TNT.
Well, what's been the difference in this game so far? Philadelphia backcourt shooting 12 for 23. Chicago 6 for 19.
And isn't it ironic that the backcourt shooting of Philadelphia would be the difference in the game in their favor this time around after it worked so much against them in the playoff series last year against Chicago when the backcourt shot poorly in 4 of the 5 games.
Well, they've gotten a lot of easy baskets. Hersey Hawkins normally shoots a lot of jumpers. He's got some layups tonight.
They're trying to get the ball to Michael for that reason. Trying to get him going. He has 8 points now, but it's still an 18-point Philadelphia lead.
That was a set play out of a timeout designed to get Michael Jordan the ball in the post against Hersey Hawkins. Great execution.
Hawkins got open for the jumper there, but it wouldn't go. Kept alive by Grant, pulled down by Cartwright. Scottie Pippen right around the horn.
I don't believe that. Rick Mahorn actually got out of his way. Didn't even contest that shot. Again, Chicago right now getting back in this ball game, and they must do it with defense. Barkley wanting to isolate against Horace Grant.
Almost lost the ball in the corner. Now has to throw a blind pass, tipped by Paxson, but it comes over to Dawkins. Dawkins couldn't get the long-range shot to fall. It goes out of bounds. Chicago.
This is what now Philadelphia's got to be very careful. Charles held the ball almost the entire shot clock. They did not get a good shot. We see a replay here of Michael posting against Hawkins. That time Charles Barkley held the ball too long.
Cartwright trying to get around Kaminsky. Got around him.
That's an offensive foul. He called on Bill Cartwright, pushed off with his right arm, and that, I think, will be his third foul.
That is his third personal. And it gives the ball back to Philadelphia. Sixers leading it by 16 with 9.5 to go in the third.
Philadelphia does not want to stop doing what they were doing with their execution. They're doing a lot of ball handling now, getting nothing going to the basket.
Nice pass underneath to Jaminski, who drops the jump hook. Mike Jaminski with 4 points. Hasn't shot much. He's got a bad elbow. Trying to get it to Grant. Tipped away by Mahorn, but it comes back to Paxson. Paxson over to Pippen.
Scottie Pippen shot 3 for 12 in the first half. Looking a little tentative now to shoot that jump shot.
He didn't shoot well in the first half. Michael Jordan didn't shoot well in the first half. To get those two guys cold, it's really tough for Chicago to do much.
Oh, boy, they got a lucky break there. The shot clock winding down, and Mike Jaminski pushed Horace Grant in the back. So it'll be Chicago's ball sideline out of bounds, Pete.
That is Jaminski's first personal. Inbounded from the near sideline by Pippen to Paxson. They find Michael. Barkley's on him now. Stolen by Hawkins. Hawkins. He's got Dawkins open. Dawkins for 2 more.
Johnny Dawkins.
Percy Hawkins with a steal. Johnny Dawkins converts on the other end. He's got 18. The Sixers lead by 20 with 8.5 to go in the third. Dawkins now 8 of 10 from the field.
Chicago's going to have to start running some isolations for Michael right now in this offense. It's very well balanced, and Michael has the ability to so take over the game.
They're not getting the ball to him.
They're going to need a spurt from him. They're going to need an 8-10 point run from him to excite this crowd.
74-56, Philadelphia by 18. Barkley on Grant again.
That's what you got to be careful right here, because hold this ball too long.
He didn't hold it too long that time. He now has 20 points, and it's a 20-point lead for Philadelphia. Pippen takes the jumper. Won't go for him. He still can't get that shot to fall. Mahorn pulls away the rebound. We're seeing the same thing here in the third quarter, Doug, we saw in the first half. Poor shooting by Chicago, good rebounding by Philadelphia. Kaminsky's jump hook rolls around and out. Michael Jordan pulled it away.
Very unselfish play by Rick Mahorn, though. He had the jump shot, and he gave it up to Kaminsky.
Well, maybe Michael's going to light up a little now.
Philadelphia personal foul 33.
Oh, Michael took it all the way. This is going to be his first free throw of the night. And I'm telling you what, if I'm an opposing coach and I see Michael Jordan bringing the ball down the floor like this, it gives me nightmares, because there's no one ever in the open court ever played better basketball, because he can finish big around the basket.
Very few people have seen Michael Jordan play as often as you have. Have you ever seen Michael not get to the free throw line until this point in the game? 7.5 minutes left in the third.
No, I have not. And again, a lot of it is the jump shooting that the team is doing right now.
It is 76-59. Philadelphia up by 17. Jordan now has 11 points. Mahorn sends it over to Barkley. He's isolated on Grant down the other side.
I'm surprised they're not going over when he puts it on the floor in Dublin. They're giving him an opportunity to back horse down. Looking for an illegal defense. Charles now going to hold it till the end of the clock.
Only 3 seconds left to shoot it. Somebody's going to have to get it up. Dawkins didn't beat the clock.
All right, now again, Charles held it too long. He's looking at Kaminsky like, why didn't you shoot the basketball? But Charles, in 2 of the 3 possessions this quarter, held it almost to the point where they just couldn't get anything happening.
And to force a bad shot both times. Pippen to Jordan. Grant sets the pick. Jordan takes the jumper. He might be warming up now. He's got 7 points in the third quarter. It's a 15-point lead. A near steal by Paxson.
Boy, that made me flinch.
Barkley answers on the other end.
Right now,
Charles now with 22.
Carving up that pressure defense. Once they beat it, they're doing a smart job of attacking. They're not pulling it back and allowing Chicago to reset their defense.
Philadelphia by 17. Give it to Michael. Comes up short. The rebound comes out to Hawkins. Hawkins had a little trouble controlling it, so he slows it down, walks it across the line. Philadelphia trying to use a lot of time each trip down the court now. They've done the same thing each time, giving it to Barkley, isolating him against Grant. This time he hits the open jumper.
Charles is unconscious right now. He's doing whatever he wants to do on the floor.
He has 24 points on the night. The Sixers have that lead back up to 19.
You know, anytime Chicago has made a little bit of a run, Philadelphia has answered it.
Now they're finding Michael. Michael finds Grant. A foul call underneath on Barkley.
That's a good foul, though, by Charles Barkley. Make the guy earn the 2 free throws.
Philadelphia personal foul 34.
Don't give up the slam dunk.
Second, the team's third.
Barkley last year shot 60% from the field. He's off to a good start this year. He's 10 out of 14 now from the field. Horace Grant, the leading scorer tonight for Chicago with 18 at the line.
The ball game for Chicago.
80-62. Cliff Livingston and Will Perdue checking into the lineup for Chicago.
Phil Jackson right now looking for a combination that can make something happen. Might look also to put Cliff Livingston over defensively against Barkley to give him a different look. Right now he feels very confidently playing against Horace Grant.
Grant makes 1 of 2. It's an 18-point Philadelphia lead. We've got 5:43 remaining in the third quarter.
As your Jimmy lineup right now, that clock is not moving. It's the longest 5 minutes in history right now.
Hawkins lost it, got it back. Now puts the jumper up over Livingston, comes up way short, right into the arms of Grant. Grant off to Michael. Jordan working against Hawkins, gets around him, sends it over to Paxson. Paxson to Perdue underneath. Perdue with a couple of a moment, but he was able to keep those feet planted as he made those two fakes. 80-64, Philadelphia by 16.
Hawkins is being played by Paxson. Let's see if they go to Hawkins against Paxson.
Bad pass by Dawkins. Paxson to Michael. Showtime. Philadelphia is going to stop the clock here with 4:54 remaining in the third. Chicago trying to get back in it. The Bulls are down now by 14.
This is where Michael Jordan is so devastating. Steals, breakaway, slam dunks. The crowd gets excited. Let's watch him from the slam cam.
Please welcome back Baby Dan.
Well, Tuesday night, TNT will be right back here at Chicago Stadium. The first half of our doubleheader, the Boston Celtics and the Chicago Bulls. Doug will be joined by Bob Neal for that one. And then in Game 2, the Atlanta Hawks and the Sacramento Kings. Ron Thulin and Hubie Brown, who will be back from Japan by then.
They won't know what time zone they're on. Then they go up to Portland, I think, Friday night. So they're going to be on a long trip. Now, Philadelphia, every time Chicago's made a surge out of a timeout, has answered it. Let's see if they can meet the challenge again.
Barkley gets rid of the ball this time, giving it to Mahorn. It comes back to Barkley. He's isolated on Grant one more time. And he has had it his way with Horace Grant. What a show he's put on tonight. He has 8 in the quarter, 26 in the night.
The epitome of a superstar is a guy you can go to either get you a basket when the team is putting the pressure on you or create something for someone else. Barkley has been that tonight.
He is 11 out of 15 from the field in this game. And there's a steal by Hersey Hawkins. He'll outrun Purdue or Willie.
Now it could be the new foul call. Let's see if they call it. Did he play the ball? Because we have a new rule this year. There's no breakaway fouls.
That's 4 on Purdue. I don't think they're going to call a flagrant foul though on that one. They're not.
It looked like Will was going to wrap him up here, but Will goes for the basketball. Now, if Will Purdue makes the play there and does not attempt to go to the basket, here's the rule. Category 1, if they feel like it's not excessive, there's no ejection, 2 free throws of possession. If they feel it's unnecessary, 2 free throws possession and ejection. So it could be a very penal situation. They have gone away from the breakaway foul this year because they felt like that too many hard fouls were occurring in the half-court game.
This backcourt continues to play well for Philadelphia. The Dawkins-Hawkins combination. It's 83-76 now. B.J. Armstrong checks in for Paxson for Chicago.
All right, Pete, now if Hawkins gets his free throw down, they've called timeout. They've come out. They've got a score and a steal and a breakaway here opportunity, and the lead is back up now to 18. That was an excellent timeout by Jimmy Lynam.
Hawkins now 7 of 7 from the line. It's 84-66. Livingston to Purdue. Purdue a little behind the back pass. Comes back to Will Purdue. He had a block going up, battling for the rebound, and we're going to have a jump ball.
Jump ball.
I'll tell you, this Philadelphia team playing some very inspired basketball right now on both ends of the court.
Chicago is looking for some answers right now. It's like they can't get anything going, and they have this bewildered look on their face.
They just seem to be totally out of sync and have really since the first quarter.
Now, Horace Grant's going to tip this ball back to either B.J. Armstrong or Michael Jordan. If they can read this, if Barkley reads this, he can get a dunk on the other end if he'll cut in front of them. So if you see where the guys are lined up, he's going to tip it to either B.J. or Michael Jordan. See if Barkley can read it.
Michael comes up with it. Hawkins stays with it. Grant taking the shot.
Horace Grant is playing great basketball. Much improved player.
That's 4 fouls now on Hersey Hawkins.
Now that's a touch foul right there. Hersey Hawkins right there reaches in to get the foul. Horace Grant, the turning J. Now Hawkins has to sit down. It'll be the first time that Brian Oliver will see Michael Jordan. Let's see what that matchup creates now for the Chicago Bulls.
Grant now with 21 points. That's only 4 away from his career high. He has really been the most effective offensive player for Chicago tonight.
When they make the free throws, it also gives them a chance to put on their full court pressure. So you throw long and you got it done.
And there's Barkley on the receiving end.
That's what you have to do when you get all people up in the front court. He tried to do it earlier, and Minute threw it away. That time, good eye contact and over the top.
Barkley now with 28, the lead back up to 17.
Going to Michael Jordan off the screen, see if he can create.
He fell down. The ball off his fingertips, out of bounds.
Have to put some stickum on those Air Jordans.
Not very good ball movement by Chicago tonight. They seem to be getting down one end of the court, making one pass, and then the player on the receiving end is the one that tries to make something happen.
Well, what they're going to have to resort to is running a lot of things from Michael, and Philadelphia is going to try to load up on that in the fourth quarter.
Dawkins got fouled. B.J. Armstrong got him. That's Armstrong's second.
B.J. Armstrong, his second, the team's third.
Great speed and quickness. We see Phil Jackson right now with a look on his face like what is going on, but Johnny Dawkins off the drive. They ruled that B.J. Armstrong pushed him in the back. Will Perdue with the block up top.
Johnny Dawkins, who had a great preseason, having a great opening night of the regular season. 18 points, now 19 to go along with 8 assists. He's also picked up a few rebounds, although guards don't make their living off the boards. And Dawkins now with 20. His backcourt mate, Hersey Hawkins, has 17. So the starting guards for the 76ers tonight have accounted for 37 points, and Charles Barkley has 28. They've been the 3 keys for Philadelphia.
Michael working very hard against Oliver. You know he's going to the free throw line. You can see, I could watch that coming the whole time.
Personal foul,
And when you're Brian Oliver, you're going to get a couple of fouls called when you're trying to guard Michael Jordan for the first time.
Well, first of all, he's got to understand that when Michael catches the ball here and looks at him and sticks his tongue at him, that's called step.
Oliver known as a very good defensive player. But Michael got him that time.
Michael has struggled in the preseason with his free throw. He tried to make an adjustment, and it did not work. He's now back to his old style, but he was struggling at the free throw line in the preseason. I think he shot about 72% last year, 89% shooter.
He makes both of these. He has 11 in the quarter, 17 in the game. It's a 17-point Philadelphia lead, though. Chicago backcourt pressure applied against the rookie Brian Oliver.
Got to throw the ball ahead. They got 3 against 2. Get it ahead. The clock's winding down.
Yeah, I don't think he got it across the line in time. He didn't.
10-second violation.
10-second violation by Oliver, trying to get that ball across the timeline. He was unable to handle the pressure, and Charles Barkley with some fatherly advice there.
Now what's going to happen? Johnny Dawkins is their point guard. He's got to go back and get the basketball and get it out of Brian Oliver's hands. Don't force him to handle the ball against the press.
So Chicago now down by 17 with 2:40 to go in the third. They give it to Jordan.
Run in isolation.
The shot didn't open up for him, so he gets it to B.J. Armstrong. His first two of the night. A 15-point Philadelphia lead. Mahorn sets the pick for Dawkins. What a game he's having.
They've answered every attempt by Chicago to make a run. Johnny Dawkins has played a sensational basketball game.
22 points tonight for Dawkins. The lead back up to 17.
Right now, if you're Philadelphia, you don't want to foul and put 2 minutes to play in Chicago on the free throw line. Make them continue to make jump shots.
It just seems, Doug, like every time a pass is made by Chicago, as Armstrong gets another one, the player who receives the ball just stands there for a moment trying to figure out what to do next with it.
They're thinking pass right now and not thinking about reacting.
Philadelphia still has a 15-point lead with about a minute and a half to go in the third. Dawkins working against Armstrong. There's Mahorn setting that pick again. Oliver gets it over to Jaminski. Jaminski couldn't hit the jumper. Rebound comes off the floor. Will Perdue comes up with it. Gets it out to midcourt to Michael Jordan. Jordan. Goaltending against Barkley.
At the basket, Michael Jordan.
19 points for Michael Jordan. A 13-point Philadelphia lead.
We see Michael. He is so good here because he extends and plays so big. Barkley coming to try to get the shot. Michael is starting to come alive now. 13 points here in the third quarter.
Now we're going to get some more backcourt pressure applied by Chicago here. And the veteran Dawkins brings the ball down this time.
That's what you got to do. You got to get it in your point guard's hands.
Around Oliver. Oliver with Jordan on him. Off to Barkley. Jordan comes over and picks him up. Tipped by Jordan to Livingston. Back to Michael. Oliver is back. He got a hand in there, but Michael right around it. And Jordan is coming to life here in the third quarter. It's an 11-point Philadelphia lead. Tipped out by who?
I don't think they know. I think they're going to call a jump ball.
They call it a jump ball because two different officials have two different interpretations.
The Bulls defense right now are like sharks feeding. They're smelling some blood, and they're going for it, Michael, in the open court. They've cut 8 points off this lead now in this quarter after trailing by 19 at half.
Checking in for Chicago, Hobson. Jordan will sit down. A 10-2 run for Chicago. Most of the damage done by Jordan. There you see how he's turned his game around in this quarter. Who's going to control this one? Oliver tipped it back to Dawkins. Down to Barkley.
Boy, what a big play off the jump ball. B.J. Armstrong did not cover back. You cannot give Barkley those easy layups.
Barkley now with 30 points on the night. Philadelphia leads it by 13. You see the time remaining in the third. Purdue, Hobson, Armstrong, Brandon Livingston out there now for Chicago. Armstrong draws a double team. Gets it off to Livingston. His jumper wouldn't go. Barkley comes away with it. Tipped away by Livingston. Livingston will take it up.
That's where Charles has got to hold it for the last shot, Pete. They had the clock.
An 11-point lead. Pressure in the backcourt. Dawkins in trouble. A 20-second timeout. Alertly called by Dawkins because he was very close. In fact, just 0.8 of a second away from not getting the ball across the line for the second time for the Sixers in this quarter.
Now, they must throw the ball directly in to the front court. If they throw it to the back court, they're not going to be able to get across, so they're going to have to set up a play. Charles takes the ball behind his back. Now, Livingston takes the ball right at Manute Bol, freezes him with a shot fake or a pass fake and delivers.
Game 2 of tonight's doubleheader will be coming to you from Tokyo. Rob Doolan and Hubie Brown are there to bring you the Phoenix Suns and the Utah Jazz. We hope you'll stay tuned for that. Turnovers now. Philadelphia with 14, 6 of them in this quarter. Chicago has 8. It is 92-81. Philadelphia leading it. Just under 15 seconds to go.
Now remember, they've got to throw the ball into the front court. They might bring Manute Bol up and just throw the ball high to him and let him catch the basketball. If you're Jimmy Lynam and you're thinking right now, Michael Jordan averaged 16 points a game in the fourth quarter in the playoffs. So when they come out to start this fourth period, he's going to have to gear his defense to not let Michael Jordan take over this game and pull out a win for Chicago.
Jess Kersey having an animated discussion with Jimmy Lynam and his assistant coach Fred Carter over on the sideline.
You know, it was a 20-second timeout. We see Cleveland losing big to Boston and Charlotte making a run at the New York Knicks. But it was a 20-second timeout. That was longer than 20 seconds. Orlando playing well. Nick Anderson.
Boy, they've come back in that game. They were
Dennis
down
Scott,
a lot in the first half.
See if they bring Manute Bol to the ball and just throw high to him.
Remember, if they don't get it across the line with the pass, it's a violation.
It's a violation.
Steal by Grant.
It's a violation. That's a shot. That's a violation. They did not get it across. I don't know why the ball never crossed half court. If I'm Phil Jackson, I got to wonder why it's not my basketball right now. I don't
understand it either because we had a little over a second go by.
They never got it across. I don't understand that.
They had a lot more than the 10 seconds that's normally allotted to get the ball across the line that time.
At 14, the clock's got to go off.
Dawkins.
Gee, what a shot. Oh, my goodness.
What a half for Johnny Dawkins after a tremendous first half. Anderson launching one. That almost went. The Philadelphia 76ers will not quit. They led it by 19 at the half. They lead it by 13 at the end of 3 quarters here in Chicago. Well, the Philadelphia 76ers have been able to maintain this lead since about midway through the first quarter. It's now 94-81, fourth quarter about to begin. And, Doug, we did find out what the discrepancy was on the clock.
All right, the Bulls scored at 20.9 on the clock. This is not the shot clock. This is actually the game clock. It was turned off. So they had 10.9 on the game clock to get it across. So that was the discrepancy right there. I talked to Jess Kersey at the end of the third quarter, and he let me know. So My apologies to the officials. I was confused by the game clock and not the shot clock.
King, Purdue, Livingston, Armstrong, and Hobson on the court now. The second unit for Chicago as the fourth quarter begins. Livingston.
Well, he's played a nice basketball game.
First 2 points of the final quarter belong to Chicago. An 11-point Philadelphia lead. Livingston now with 8 points.
How long will Michael Jordan rest before he comes back in and dons his tape?
Remember that number that Doug gave you. He averaged 16 points per fourth quarter against Philadelphia in that playoff series last year. Manute.
Better get the shot out.
Twice, only 2 seconds to shoot it, but we got a whistle and a foul. Ryan Oliver called for his second personal. Ball goes back to Chicago.
I told you 48 minutes is eternity. Philly was in control of this game, up 19. Everything rolled. Now it's an 11-point game. Chance for Chicago to get it in single digits probably since sometime in the second quarter.
Thompson. Stacey King's jumper wouldn't go. Dawkins, what a game he's had.
Now I get the ball to Charles Barkley right now against Stacey King. I let him take it right to the basket. I get out of his way, and I make something happen.
Well, that was what the plan was, but Barkley lost his footing.
The floor's a little slick right now.
Oliver. Jumper a little strong. Rebound loose. Barkley comes away with it. Going up for the shot. Basket's good. It's a foul.
The team that Chicago has on the floor right now is not a good rebounding team. Stacey King, again, not a good defensive rebounder. Livingston, more of an offensive rebounder. Will Purdue must get on the boards. Barkley, again, with the big play. You see Scott Williams in the ball game right now for Chicago. He's going to come in to replace Will Purdue. This is an interesting substitution. You're down 13, and you come in with Scott Williams, the rookie.
Rookie out of North Carolina, not drafted. Barkley, 13 out of 18 field goals tonight, 9 rebounds, and now he has 33 points. He's had a big game. Dawson's had a big game. Hawkins has had a big game. Thompson came up short. Ball comes back to him. 97-83. Philadelphia by 14. B.J. Armstrong's jumper long.
Again, living on the perimeter right now. Where's Michael Jordan? You got to get him back in the game.
Charles Barkley outside to Anderson. Anderson's stroke wouldn't go for him that time. Rebound comes off the floor to Armstrong. Armstrong across to Hobson. Near steal by Anderson. Hobson gets it back to Livingston. He takes it over. Barkley wouldn't go. Rebound. Hobson. Dennis Hobson gets the ball. He has 6 points. It's a 12-point Philadelphia lead under 10 minutes remaining.
Hersey Hawkins, will he be back in soon? They're bringing Mahorn back in the ball game. Johnny Dawkins has gone the whole way. Will he get a little bit of a rest?
Anderson over Livingston.
Not a good shot. Ron Anderson forced that shot and then let his man run out.
Livingston lost the ball out of bounds. A break for the 76ers. Anderson will inbound.
Philadelphia, 44, Rick Mahorn.
The turnover is beginning to even up a little bit now. Charles Barkley getting a breather. There's your score and the time remaining.
Going to go screen roll. Johnny Dawkins and Mahorn. See if he can take Armstrong on the dribble. He's been able to do it most of the ball game.
John King came out and got him, so he gives it to Mahorn, and Mahorn missed, but the tip is good by Mahorn. He has 8 points. That lead back up to 14.
You think Jimmy Lynam's not breathing a sigh of relief for every tick of the clock that goes off and Michael Jordan's sitting down over there?
Oh, you know it. The way that Jordan's performed against the 76ers in fourth quarters of other games. King working against Mahorn. Manute came over to help out. Another missed shot by Chicago. In transition, Dawkins to Anderson. 2 more Philadelphia points. Just when Chicago starts to make any kind of a little dent in the Philadelphia lead, it seems the 76ers are able to respond with some quick baskets. They've done it again, extending the lead to 16 with 8:46 to go in the game. Don't forget the sports action continues this weekend on TNT. Sunday night, the Denver Broncos take on the Minnesota Vikings. Skip Carey and Pat Hayden will have it for you at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Following the stadium show, it begins at 7:30 Eastern Time here on TNT.
Take a look at the replay. Johnny Dawkins pushing it ahead. Ron Anderson with an easy layup to push the lead back to 16 for Philadelphia. Interesting, now this timeout, Michael's still not on the floor, going with Hodges, Livingston, Hobson, Stacey King, and B.J. Armstrong. So the second unit went out with Hodges, looking maybe to shoot 3-pointers from the corner as they're trapping defensively with Manute Bol in the game.
Hobson back outside to Armstrong. Off to Hodges, and he throws that 3-pointer. First one of those he's made tonight. It's 101-88.
Charles Barkley taking a rest, along with Johnny Dawkins. I'm sure they'd like to buy a couple minutes if they could right now for the stretch run. If they go to Ron Anderson.
Boy, he's had no luck at all in this quarter after a pretty good first half. 2 quick ones for Hobson. And the Bulls are making that run again. It's 101-90. They've got it back down to 11. It's been at about this point the last 2 or 3 times it's happened that Philadelphia has been responded with a couple of quick buckets.
So who are they going to go to right now? They really don't have a scorer on the floor.
Unless Anderson can get a stroke back, but he's missed his last 3.
Going to Mahorn against Stacey King in the post.
Mahorn with a left-handed shot. Nice move by Rick Mahorn. Gets him in double figures with 10. Gets the lead back up to 13.
Not only that, they use about 20 seconds on the clock. Brian Oliver cannot leave Hodges. You do not want him to get off shooting threes.
Hobson's shot rolls off the rim, and there's another big rebound from Mahorn. That's his 9th rebound.
They want to use the clock, and they want to go back into Mahorn against Stacey King. So see if Oliver comes off the screen, dumps it in, and then speed cuts to the basket, leaving Mahorn with an isolation against Stacey.
There's the ISO. Mahorn couldn't get the basket to fall, but did draw the foul. That's one of the big reasons why Philadelphia picked up a Ricky Green, to try to give him some quality minutes in spots like this, because he really understands this game after all the years he has spent in this league. As you see Jordan coming back into the game now.
Pete, to expound on that point a little bit, you're going to see Hersey Hawkins right back in the ball game now to play against Michael Jordan. It looked like Jimmy Lynam was waiting for the last minute to bring Hersey in. He has 4 fouls. Michael Jordan's been sitting a long time. We'll see if he can get a big burst here now. Jimmy Lynam's also told us he's going to make more of a defensive commitment to Michael Jordan in the 4th quarter to make him give up the basketball than allow him to dominate this last 7 minutes.
Well, so far, Lynam's theory on dealing with Jordan has turned out to be pretty accurate. He said that in the games that he's played Chicago in the past, he's noticed that Jordan hasn't been that much of a factor in the first 3 quarters. So they've really had nothing special planned for Jordan, except an occasional double team, until the 4th quarter. He's going to get a lot more attention now, though.
Now, fouls are very important here in the 4th period. We've always talked about that's the 2nd team foul for Philadelphia 76ers. You do not want to put a team in a penalty early because it stops the clock. You give them the chance to catch up. Again, watch Hodges on penetration from either Arms or Hobson and Jordan maybe shooting a 3.
Chicago turnover right through the hands of Cliff Livingston. And Green will walk the ball down the court for the Sixers. Ricky Green is 13th year in the league now. He played with the Indiana Pacers last year. Pittman's getting ready to check back in.
They want to go back to Mahorn. He's been money in the bank the last 2 times. He scored against Stacey.
That time it wouldn't go. Livingston the rebound. Off to Michael. 105-90. Philadelphia by 15. 25 remaining. Another Chicago turnover. First it was Cliff Livingston. This time it was Stacey King that couldn't handle the pass.
If Philadelphia can just hold where they are over the next 3 minutes, they're going to be in good shape. Chicago just can't get anything going right now. Big thing, can you handle the pressure, throw ahead and get some easy baskets if they make the all-out commitment in the backcourt?
Barkley has been on the bench for about 3 minutes now, and during that time, the Philadelphia lead has gone from 12 points to 15 points.
That's twice that he's sat down, and they've increased their lead both times.
So this bench play by the Sixers tonight, another big reason why they're leading right now. And there's 2 more points. Rick Mahorn has taken over on the offensive end. He has 8 points in the quarter, 14 on the night. The lead is back to 17. Same thing happened again in this quarter. They got it down to 11, Chicago did. And then Philadelphia came back with 3 straight baskets.
See him making him use time on the clock. Hodges going to shoot a 3.
That one wouldn't go. Rebound rolling loose. Hobson going up for the shot.
Scottie Pippen has really been invisible in this second half. He had 9 points at half.
Only has 2 points in this second half. Didn't shoot well in the first half.
Chicago's got a very small team on the floor right now. They're really playing Horace Grant as their center. Hobson is a small forward with Pippen, so they're going to make an all-out attempt here to steal the basketball and force some backcourt pressure. Look for Jimmy Lynam maybe to get another ball handler in the game. He's trying to give Johnny Dawkins as much rest as he can here, and as long as they continue to maintain this lead, he'll be able to do that.
Jaminski back in. Manute Bol just picked up his second foul. Will sit down.
I like that substitution because Jaminski's a better ball handler.
Hobson with a chance to go into double figures now in his first game as a Bull after 3 years with the Nets. Just a done. There's Michael Jordan to slam it home.
Well, that's just falling asleep right there. You just can't give him that opportunity. It ignites the crowd. No one checking out Michael Jordan, the most dominant player in basketball. You let him with a free rein right to the hoop.
A 14-point Philadelphia lead. 5:20 remaining. Green losing it, getting it back. Jaminski with Jordan all over him. Still got the pass into Mahorn, and Mahorn gets fouled by Grant.
Chicago personal foul 54.
You like to say you draw these plays up. Hawkins lets it blow right down the middle. And look at Michael. What a great feeling that must be.
You know, you always hear about Rick Mahorn's defense and the way he plays such a physical game and the way he pulls down a rebound. How about the offense he has shown here in this fourth quarter?
Well, he's made some big baskets. They've gone at Stacey King with Mahorn in the post, and he's delivered. Now, how long will Jimmy Lynam keep Barkley out of the game? I have to think next possession, he and Johnny Dawkins are coming back in.
Mahorn now at 9 points in the quarter, 15 in the game, and the lead back up to 15, closing in on the 5-minute mark in the ballgame. 76ers trying to get off on the right foot this brand new NBA season. Chicago trying to bounce back and win their opener at home.
You know, Michael right now is on top of the floor as a point guard, creating looks like they're running get Hobson shots. Michael got away with a little walk there.
Spins away from the man, gets that one to drop. He now has 4 in the quarter, 25 on the night. It's a 13-point Philadelphia lead still, though, with 4:50 remaining.
Still plenty of time right now. If Chicago's just as smart, don't give them any easy baskets.
Well, Hersey Hawkins left unguarded, but couldn't get the jumper to fall. Anderson going in with a follow.
That's what happens when you play with a small lineup. You don't rebound the basketball. Hobson was thrown out of the post that time by Ron Anderson with a follow-up. Take a look at it. Hersey Hawkins misses the jumper. And watch inside. You're going to see Ron Anderson just throw Hobson out of the way, get inside him, get the opportunity for a three-point play. Barkley coming back into the game now.
They also called the foul on Scottie Pippen. Anderson with 14 points tonight.
Ron Anderson shoots one.
110-95, a 15-point lead, a 16-point lead now for the Sixers.
But Hodge is trying to come over the top for a three.
Michael comes up short, gets it back, got foul on the way up.
Philadelphia personal foul 20, Ron Anderson
committing his second. Here comes Charles Barkley back into the game for the 76ers.
Charles Barkley returns replacing Ron Anderson.
So they have got their starters back on the court now with 4:29 remaining. Look at the numbers Mr. Barkley has put together tonight.
Right now, though, free throw shooting can become very, very important for Chicago. If Michael Jordan can drive the ball to the basket and create fouls, the shot clock will stop. Have an opportunity for 2 points to get back in the game. Still a lot of time. Pete, there's still 4.5 minutes to go in this ball game. You're seeing so many different things happen in NBA basketball, and with an explosive talent like Michael Jordan, if you're Jimmy Lynam, there's still way too much time over there on the clock to be thinking about a victory.
Not many players you can say this about, but Michael had a kind of a quiet night tonight, and still he's going to be closing in on 30 points very soon. 11-97.
Johnny Dawkins has got to come back and get the basketball. He's running away from it right now. Got to come back and get the ball.
Barkley gets it across the line in good shape to Jaminski. Trying to get it over to Hawkins, and Hawkins tipped it out. So the turnover gives it right back to the Bulls. 4:17 remaining. And it comes to Michael Jordan.
Michael's going to take the ball on the dribble right now. He's going to try to penetrate against Hawkins to get in the lane. You can bet on that.
Over to B.J. Armstrong. The jump over Dawkins is good. Armstrong now with 6 points. That is down to a 12-point Philadelphia lead with 4:02 remaining. A timeout, a 20-second timeout being taken here by Philadelphia. And we'll watch again here, Doug. This is the point. Every time Chicago's made a little run, it's been at about this point when they get within 12, where Philadelphia comes right back. They've called it a full timeout now, so we'll take a timeout with 4:02 remaining. 11:99 with 4:02 remaining. The Philadelphia 76ers are leading the Chicago Bulls. The Bulls lost at home only 5 times in 41 regular season games last year. They were 36-5 in this building.
As I pointed out here, Pete, your point guard, Johnny Dawkins, has got to come back and get the basketball. They got to get some guys down the floor, look to throw ahead. Both teams are in the penalty. Attack the basket. Don't shoot jump shots.
Backcourt pressure applied against Dawkins. Who travels. The pressure causes the turnover. Chicago with a chance now to get it back down to 10 points. Craig Hodges checking back into the Chicago lineup. B.J. Armstrong sits down. Manute Bol checking in for Mike Jaminski for Philadelphia.
Manute Bol replaces Mike Jaminski.
Under 4 minutes remaining now. Michael with Barkley. Jordan hits the jumper. He has 8 points in the quarter, 29 in the game. It's a 10-point Philadelphia lead.
Well, we'll see if Philadelphia answers it right now. They've been able to go to Barkley or whoever.
Hawkins. Pippen right on him. Tipped away by Pippen. Now King comes over to help out and gets rid of it to Mahorn. A steal by Stacey King.
Philadelphia is self-destructing right now. They're holding the basketball.
Hodges to Pippen to Grant to Michael. Michael backing away now from Mahorn. That tongue is wagging, though. 2 more. 31 points for Jordan. An 8-point Philadelphia lead. Chicago has scored 8 straight points. The ball still loose. It finally comes to Mahorn. Mahorn to Barkley. Barkley for 2 more.
Man, oh man, this game is getting crazy right now. Chicago is all over him defensively. Philadelphia looking around, befuddled, like who's going to handle the basketball for us?
Barkley, 35 points. It comes across to Hodges, a 3-point effort. Good. Hodges has hit 2 3-pointers. It's a 7-point lead.
I don't know why Manute Bol is up here offensively.
Mahorn trapped. Getting rid of it. Almost lost by Hawkins. Underneath it goes to Manute. Whoa. Double dribble. The basket will not count. Double dribble violation by the Sixers. Chicago's going to get it back. Down by 7. Still plenty of time. 2:22 remaining. And Chicago calling a timeout. This crowd is loving it. Chicago's as close to the Sixers as they've been since the first quarter. 113-106 with 2:22 remaining.
Well, this is, Michael Jordan here on the driving layup. Beautiful reverse move. He takes it by Manute Bol, uses the basket as a shield. But Philadelphia has been very passive here. Charles is going to answer with a drive of his own. But they've been very passive with the basketball. They're holding it. They're dribbling into double teams. And Chicago is really attacking. This is a big possession right now. Philadelphia must get a stop.
Chicago on an 11-2 run. Jordan couldn't get it to go. Barkley got a hand on it. But a whistle and a foul called against Chicago.
That was a big, big stop right there. It's 2 free throws now. That's a big stop, Pete, because if Michael makes that one, it's a 5-point game. Chicago sets their press, and Philadelphia is being just totally driven away from making the pass ahead. I don't understand why they got so tentative.
There you see the timeouts remaining. Chicago still with a 20 and 2 full timeouts. Philadelphia still has 3 full timeouts.
Well, Rick Mahorn needs to make both of these free throws. He needs to stem the tide.
(114-106). He made them both. He has had a big fourth quarter.
Watch for Hodges now. He's going to try to run some screens and maybe get him a three-point shot. Michael on penetration.
Pippen, little move underneath. Little tricky move by Scottie Pippen. Only his fourth point of the second half. It's a 7-point lead with 2 minutes remaining in the ball game. Philadelphia takes a timeout.
Right now, Philadelphia's going to have to set their defense a little bit better. They're allowing Chicago to score too easily every time down the floor. And what's happening, Pete, is Philadelphia is not driving hard to get to the basketball. Their players are standing. I'm sure they're a little tired. Johnny Dawkins, Hersey Hawkins. And they're not coming hard to the basketball. And what's going on right now is the big men are handling the ball in the backcourt. It's causing all kinds of problems for the 76ers.
Don't forget, we've got more NBA action as the NBA goes international with their first regular season game ever to be played in Tokyo, Japan. The Phoenix Suns and the Utah Jazz. Ron Poulin and Hubie Brown standing by to bring you that one from Tokyo. So we've still got a lot left to go in this one. 2 minutes. It's a 7-point Philadelphia lead. Take a look at some other scores.
Charlotte beats New York in OT.
And New York had the lead from early on in that game until very late in the fourth.
I wonder how Johnny Newman did in that ball game.
That'll be an interesting number to look for tomorrow on the box score. There's Boston with a big win over Cleveland.
Atlanta holds on against Orlando.
After a big comeback by Orlando, Indiana wins their opener over New Jersey, who's hoping they won't have another long year this year.
Well, they better keep open because I think it's going to be real long.
And we have had a barn burner here at Chicago Stadium tonight. The Bulls have not led in this game since way back in the first quarter.
You know, Michael has had 31 points tonight, but I think you said it best a while ago. It's been a quiet 31. I mean, it's nothing like he's taken over the game. He's got 10 points here in the fourth quarter. They're going to elect to take the ball linked to the floor. Mike Kaminsky's going to throw the ball in. They have all 5 guys in the backcourt. Now, I don't like to attack a press that way. That's not anything against Jimmy Lynam. I like to get some people down the floor because what happens, all the defense is down here now, Pete, and it gives them room to trap.
Barkley took off to the front court.
See, Johnny Dawkins, though, is taking one dribble and picking it up. He's got to keep his dribble alive.
Oh, Pippen nearly got to that one.
This is a big possession right here. If Philadelphia scores, Chicago will be in trouble.
Down to 10 seconds left on the shot clock.
Not
Barkley. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Charles Barkley takes it, misses. Michael Jordan pulls away the rebound. 1:15-108 Philadelphia. Jordan going wire to wire.
Philadelphia ball.
Turns the ball over.
If you don't get it in, you can call timeout and move it to half court.
And it comes to Mahorn. A minute and a half to go. 1:15-108 Sixers. Hawkins.
The charge.
Called for the charge.
Well, I don't understand it. I'm sorry, Pete. 24 seconds. You want to use the clock. You don't want to give them another possession. I don't understand it.
I don't think Jimmy Lynam did either. You saw the look on his face. Chicago gets it back, still down by 7. Down to 1:15 remaining. Three-pointer by Hodges. Wouldn't go for him this time. Long rebound comes out to Hersey Hawkins as quickly he gets it across the line. He is sandwiched between Pippen and Jordan. To Mahorn to Kaminsky.
Get the ball to your guard. He walks with it. Look at the
Mahorn lost it, got it back and scored. Rick Mahorn was lucky that time. 1:17-108, a 9-point Philadelphia lead under a minute to play. Hodges gunning from three-point range. Hits his third three-pointer. It's a 6-point game now with 50 seconds.
Hold the ball out, make them foul you. Just move the ball, make them foul you.
Michael Jordan finally called for the foul, but they used up a lot of clock there.
Well, that's what you have to do, Pete. You know, sometimes in the heat of the game, these guys get excited, and you understand that. But if Philadelphia is going to be a team that contend in the East, and from the looks of tonight's ball game, you have to like their ball team. Under pressure, they've got to be able to do a better job of getting the ball to their guards, and Johnny Dawkins has to be a little more assertive, not run away from the basketball, and force his big guys to handle it.
If Philadelphia hangs on and wins this one, as it looks like they may, although Dawkins missed that free throw.
Let me tell you
it's kind
something.
of hard to choose between Charles Barkley and Dawkins as to who is the player of the game.
I'm not going to say anything yet until that clock winds down. I've seen too many silly things happen.
Dawkins makes 1 of 2. He has 25 points. A timeout's going to be taken here by Chicago. They have 35.5 seconds to do something about a 118-111 Philadelphia lead. Well, Doug, there's your time left, 35.5 seconds. Bulls down by 7. It would look to me like they're going to have to go out there and get a three-point effort up quickly. They've got some guys, of course, Craig Hodges, who was second in the league to Steve Kerr in three-point percentage last year. Michael can shoot a 3.
The best way to get a 3, if you can, is to penetrate and suck the defense and then pitch out to a Hodges. That's the way he's gotten his shot off. B.J. Armstrong can now shoot the 3. Pippen can shoot the 3, as can Michael. So I'm sure they'll look to get something going to the basket. Many times last year, they like Pippen to throw the ball in, come get it back, penetrate, and then throw out. Let's see if maybe they do something like that to create a jump shot.
But they're going to have to do it quickly. Only 35.5 seconds left, and they're 7 points down.
Well, Philadelphia does not want to celebrate too soon. Now watch now for Pippen to throw the ball in. See if Horace Grant breaks to the basketball. Pippen to try to get it back, turn the corner, and maybe pitch for a three-point shot.
Into Grant. There's Michael. Michael taking it from three-point territory and nailing it.
And if you're a coach and he misses that shot, the game is over. Now there's still 29 seconds. And he'll return it. You better call a time.
Mahorn wisely does. He was having trouble against the defensive pressure applied by Chicago. But Michael Jordan, with 13 points in this fourth quarter, 34 points in the game, has gotten the Bulls back to within 4, just under 30 seconds remaining.
So, you know, as a coach, that just absolutely kills you. The guy takes a 3. If he misses it, the game is basically over. It goes in. Now you've got a diagram of play. Do you take it full court? Do you take it half court? You've got to get the ball in. You got to be able to make your free throws if they foul you. Those kind of shots as a coach just absolutely drive you nuts. And I've been there, believe me.
I know you have. Don't forget Game 2 of the night's doubleheader. The Phoenix Suns, the Utah Jazz from Tokyo, Japan. You'll see Kevin Johnson. You'll see John Stockton, Karl Malone, Jeff Malone, now a member of that Utah team. Ron Thulin and Hubie Brown will bring it to you. Game 2 tonight. And then more basketball on TBS for you tomorrow night on U.S. Olympic gold. The Soviet national team visiting the Duke Blue Devils. Coach K really wants to win one after a disappointing summer at the Goodwill Games. And that'll be at 10:05 Eastern time tomorrow night on our sister station TBS.
All right, Coach Van Weeren, I'm going to ask you now. You're Jimmy Lynam. Timeout. How many timeouts do they have left?
They have one.
They have one. All right, Coach, what are you going to do? You're going to take it at half court? You're going to use full court, so if they intercept it, you got a chance for a quick score? What are you going to do here?
I think I would go to half court, take it there.
All right.
I know you're going to use more time in the backcourt, but they've had so much trouble these last couple of minutes against the pressure defense that the Chicago Bulls have applied. I just want to make sure I get the ball down on my end of the court.
Now, I want to tell you what, I did a game last year, Detroit, Philly. Same situation, only 9 seconds to go in the game. Philly scores. Detroit has the ball. They call time. Isaiah hits a 3. They steal the inbounds pass. Dumars scores, and they win the game in overtime. So this is important. They must get the basketball inbounds. This is the real key right now.
And they are going to take it from full court. Just under 30 seconds to go. A 4-point Philadelphia lead. And it comes to Barkley. Pippen almost stole it. Barkley had it stripped away by Michael Jordan as he was going up for the shot, and Jordan takes a spill over the cameras into the crowd.
Now, let me tell you something. Right now, Charles Barkley looked like he banged a knee. I don't know if he was seriously hurt. Looks like Michael maybe hurt his hand. Let's watch it here. See who he bangs his knee on. Right there he goes up, and he goes through. Oh, it looks like as he came down,
looks like the knee might have given a little bit.
Now, here's the rule. Let me tell you the rule. If Charles Barkley can't shoot his free throw, Phil Jackson gets to choose from Philadelphia who he wants to shoot the free throws. Now, why did they have that rule, Pete? It prevents faking an injury late in the ball game. In college, if Charles Barkley did not shoot the free throw, then his own coach could put another shooter on the floor. Let's watch to see if Charles comes down. Looks like his knee just sort of buckled here. Right there.
Right when he landed, yeah. Well, he's going to stay in there. He's going to the free throw line. He told his trainer, Tony Harris, that he was all right.
Now, Philadelphia has all guards on the floor, basically, other than Horace Grant. Pippen's like a guard. If I'm Jimmy Lynam, I worry about my matchup trader. You got Kaminsky and Mahorn on the floor. I might want to get a couple smaller players to defend here.
Barkley 5 out of 7 from the line tonight. Hits one big free throw.
It's easy to coach over here. I like it.
Not so easy for me. I guess wrong on where they're going to put that ball in.
And they were about an eyelash away from Pippen intercepting that ball.
They were. 119, 114. Barkley with one more. Boy, 2 big free throws made by Charles Barkley. He now has 37 points on the night. And Chicago's going to use a 20-second timeout here. 120 to 114 they trail. Philadelphia got the lead in the first quarter, has not relinquished it since. All right, Coach Collins, you're down by 6 points. You've got the ball. 25.9 seconds left. What do you run here?
Well, you got to shoot a 3. There's not time really to get a quick 2 and call timeout, because that gives you 3 possessions. You know, if you're down 5, you might get a quick 2, but being down 6, you need 3 possessions or 2 3-pointers. So again, I look for Pippen to maybe throw the ball inbounds, try to get a handoff back if they don't have Michael on the initial play, penetrate. And Pippen penetrate, either find Hodges, Armstrong, or one of the guys for a stand-up 3-point shot.
Chicago 4 of 11 from 3-point territory tonight. Craig Hodges has hit 3 of them. Michael Jordan's hit 1 of them. And TNT will be right back in Chicago Stadium on Tuesday night.
They're going to go length to the floor with it. They're not going to take it at half court.
Celtics
Again,
in Chicago on Tuesday, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Here we go.
Philadelphia has stayed big. I'm a little surprised Phil is going to use this, because he's going to use up time in the backcourt getting the ball up, although it is an easier shot to get out of transition.
Michael Jordan to Scottie Pippen, over to B.J. Armstrong. He was straddling the line. That's only a 2-point basket.
Got to get the ball in again. Come get it.
8 points for Armstrong, 120 to 116, and a backcourt foul by Grant.
Now, see, B.J. Armstrong made a little bit of a mistake there, all right? If he would have gotten himself back a step, he would have had a wide-open 3-point shot. That's something he'll learn. He made the shot, but at that point in time, you really needed a 3.
That's one of those mistakes after you've been around the league for a couple of more years you wouldn't make.
That's correct.
Just knowing where you are on that court. He wanted to get the 3-point shot off, and he was just on the line.
These are 2 big free throws right here by Hersey Hawkins. He's been relatively quiet in the second half.
He has been. He had a big first half with 12 points. Only 1 field goal for Hawkins in the second half, although he is perfect from the line tonight. 8 out of 8 now.
Think about all the energy that's been expended in this game in this last quarter by both ball clubs. And it's the first of 82 games and the opportunity to get into the NBA playoffs.
Some clutch free throw shooting in this final minute by Philadelphia. Barkley hit 2. Now Hawkins hits 2. 122, 116. Michael's going to launch one. That should count for 4 from out there.
That's the game.
And it's all over. The Philadelphia 76ers are going to spoil the season opener for the Chicago Bulls. Anderson trying to finish it with a flourish, and does. And the Philadelphia 76ers come into Chicago Stadium. Well, we still have 0.8 of a second left, and upset the homestanding Chicago Bulls in the season opener.
Now, the one thing, if you're Phil Jackson, you have to be worried. You gave up 124 points tonight, and I think that as the season goes on, Chicago will be a much better defensive team. But they gave up 124 points tonight. That's just way too many points on your home court.
Philadelphia will be home and the Spectrum tomorrow night to take on New Jersey. Chicago has a road game tomorrow night in Washington.
Well, that should be a win for Chicago. Washington is really down right now, so Chicago should get back on track tomorrow night.
And there it is, the Philadelphia 76ers with a first half surge, never relinquished the lead after grabbing it in the first quarter. Our score in our opening game of the TNT season in the NBA, 124-116 Philly. Tonight's Budweiser player of the game is Charles Barkley. Big night for Sir Charles, 37 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, and big free throws in the fourth quarter. Be sure to stay with TNT. NBA action continuing right after Inside the NBA. It'll be the Phoenix Suns and the Utah Jazz from Tokyo, Japan. Ron Thulin and Hubie Brown will bring it to you. For Doug Collins, this is Pete Van Wieren saying good night, everyone, from Chicago Stadium.